The medical license of a Bakersfield OB-GYN has been placed on probation for 5 years after allegations of gross negligence and repeated negligent acts led to the death of a new mother. That same doctor was previously put on probation over allegations of gross negligence that led to the deaths of 2 babies. 17's Amber Frias reports.
The probation for Dr. Arthur Park goes into effect Friday. In exchange for not contesting allegations of gross and repeated negligence, Park's medical license will not be revoked. Dr. Arthur Park, a Bakersfield OB-GYN with a history with the California Medical Board, will be placed on 5 years probation. While on probation, Park will be prohibited from delivering babies, acting as lead surgeon in outpatient surgery, treating women in late pregnancy, or engaging in the solo practice of medicine. Park is still allowed to practice gynecology. However, once his probation period starts, he must notify all new patients and current patients of the limits on his practice. We reached out to Dr. Park for comment. After multiple attempts to reach him, his medical staff told us he declined to comment. His lawyer also declined to comment. The case resulting in Dr. Park's probation involved 23-year-old Celeste Ortiz, who died after giving birth in September 2016. The baby was healthy, but an accusation filed by the medical board says Park's treatment of the young mother led to her death. The state's allegations say Park rushed the extraction of the mother's placenta, causing traumatic laceration to the cervix and uterus, which resulted in a hemorrhage. Ortiz died several hours after her baby was born. The medical board accused him of negligence and threatened to revoke his license. Park agreed not to contest the allegations if the medical board gave him a suspension instead of revoking his license. That's the same agreement he made with the medical board 16 years earlier, when he was accused in connection with the deaths of 2 babies in 1996. Those allegations say he induced labor too soon and didn't properly handle the deliveries. And there was a 4th allegation, this one in a lawsuit brought by a patient who died last year, while the most recent medical board case against Dr. Park was pending.
Every day we have to go through what it would be like to have him around and her be a mother, because she was so excited.
Tracy Dominguez is one of the plaintiffs in the suit filed against Park last year regarding the death of her daughter Demi Dominguez and grandson Malachi. Tracy Dominguez is upset Park's license was not revoked and that the probation didn't go into effect sooner. According to the lawsuit, Demi Dominguez was treated by Dr. Park for swelling and elevated blood pressure April 15th. She was given medication and told to monitor her blood pressure at home and see another doctor on April 17th. On April 17th, she visited Dr. Hansi Yu as she was instructed. 2 days later, Demi Dominguez was brought back to the hospital after she was found unconscious at home. We tried reaching out to Dr. Yu's office multiple times, but his receptionist didn't put us through to him. They told us he had no comment and hung up the phone.
We walked up to labor and delivery, and that's when the nightmare began.
Demi died after delivering her baby boy. Her newborn son, Malachi, died later that day. The suit says Dr. Yu and Dr. Park were negligent and that they failed to properly evaluate the seriousness of Dominguez's condition.
I'll never trust doctors again, especially in Bakersfield.
The Dominguez family didn't know Park had been on probation earlier or that a second case was pending against him.
We would have never went to this office, never went to this office if I would have known.
After her daughter and grandson's death, Dominguez has dedicated her time to try and make doctors' records more easily accessible.
If somebody would have done this for me and Demi, she would be alive. To save lives, to save mothers' lives, because mothers' lives matter.
Beginning this Friday, Dr. Park will have to tell his patients about his limitations. Amber Frias, 17 News.
And meantime, a call to action has also been created by a consumer watchdog and the Dominguez family to help ensure other women are not harmed by Dr. Arthur Park. The nonprofit organization, which advocates for consumers, is asking the public to write to Senators Shannon Grove and Melissa Hurtado and urge them to contact the state medical board about Dr. Park.